clutch means me getting it done. I'm happy for being considered one of the clutch players in the game because that lets me know that I got the job done no matter what.
I wanna go far, there's no stopping. I see them watching, I see them hating. One day I swear I'ma be on the station. Mama, I gotta make moves.
Robert Horry can easily be named the clutchest player in NBA history. No, that doesn't mean he's the best. He wasn't a Michael Jordan, a Kobe, or LeBron, but he was blessed with this unbelievable, unnormal clutch gene. For this gift he repeatedly displayed. He even earned himself a nickname around the league. They gave him the nickname of Big Shot Rob. Now, usually for these types of videos, I throw a bunch of stats and eye-popping numbers at you, basically to prove my point, but his numbers are pretty average, so they won't do his career any justice. For his career, he only averaged about 7 points and 5 rebounds a game, so for this video I have to literally break down this man's heroic resume for you to completely understand, so just relax, get something cold to drink, and just continue to watch. Robert Horry wasn't a star. He's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't even hear his name that often, but one thing he can brag about repeatedly if he wants to, the man won 7 NBA championships, the most for anyone not on that Boston team in the 60s. And the best part about all of the chips he won, he wasn't just some player riding the wave on different championship teams. He had a huge role on the majority of the championship runs he was a part of. Robert's clutch legacy all started when he played for Houston in the Western Conference Finals versus the Spurs in Game 1. San Antonio led by 1 down the stretch of this game, and on the Rockets' final possession, it really seemed to be a disaster, but the unknown Horry at the time was able to step in and hit a clutch shot to help them steal Game 1 in San Antonio. This shot would eventually help his Houston Rockets advance to the NBA Finals, where Robert Horry again earned his name of Big Shot Rob. In a Game 3 in the NBA Finals versus the Magic, Houston were only up a point with 20 seconds left and the shot clock winding down. Hakeem Olajuwon kicked it out to Rob, where he hit a beautiful contested 3 over Horace Grant to take Game 3 and eventually sweep Orlando, winning the NBA Finals for the 2nd consecutive year. That year is where he really just started to get the ink wet on his clutch resume, but a few years later, Rob would wind up on the Lakers dynasty, where he hit some of the biggest shots the game ever witnessed. In his first season in LA, Horry struggled just a tad, mainly due to his lack of playing time, but I guess people still didn't know about this man's unbelievable gift of clutchness, or maybe they just didn't believe in him yet. In his second season with the Lakers, when the Lakers were on quest for their 2nd consecutive championship, Rob finally showed a bit of what he can do. In a Game 3 in the NBA Finals with the series tied a game apiece versus the 76ers, Horry went off for 12 points in the 4th quarter alone, and he even hit a huge corner 3 to give the Lakers a commanding 4-point lead. This basically sealed the deal for the game and really the series. The 76ers weren't really able to recover after that shot, and they ended up losing in just 5 games. Kobe and Shaq can send Rob big thank you cards for that one, but for what he did the year after, they should still be sending him paychecks. By the year of 2002, the Lakers established themselves as a proven dynasty, and they were now trying to complete something that only happened 4 times, and that was a three-peat. And in the Western Conference Finals, they just happened to run into a loaded Sacramento team who were just as hungry. That Kings team took a shocking 2-1 series lead, and in Game 4 in LA, they even led by as much as 24 points. It for sure looked like the Kings were going back home with a 3-1 lead, but surprisingly, the Lakers fought back hard to cut the lead to 2 points with 11 seconds remaining, and from there, Big Shot Rob stamped his clutch legacy with this play right here.
Now Horry out front, 10 seconds. Kobe Bryant against Christie. Kobe Bryant on the move against Christie. In for the right, flips his shot up, no good. O'Neal lays it up, missed it. Ball tipped out to Horry, a straight on 3. Good! The Lakers have won! Robert Horry's greatest hits tour continues.
This huge shot tied the series at 2 games apiece, and it helped the Lakers eventually win that series in 7 games and crush the Nets in the 2002 NBA Finals, completing the three-peat. I mean, that Lakers team was just blessed to have a player with that much greatness and that much magic in him. I mean, and speaking of magic, after that shot, Magic Johnson said Robert Horry is one of the 10 best clutch players in league history. I mean, he was just totally in awe after that shot. And the crazy part about that, when Magic made that statement, Rob wasn't even done filling up his clutch resume. In 2003, Rob joined another up-and-coming dynasty in San Antonio, where he had his clutchest moment of his career. In the 2005 NBA Finals, the Spurs ran into another team trying to build their own dynasty with the Detroit Pistons. And in a Game 5, when the series was tied at 2 games apiece, and Game 5 when the series is tied at 2 games apiece, that's almost like a Game 7, because whoever wins that one usually takes all the momentum and usually wins the series. So these are like a mini Game 7. And in that huge Game 5, Robert Horry really struggled for the first 3 quarters. I mean, he only had 3 points in the first 36 minutes of the game, but in the 4th quarter and overtime, Robert Horry went off. He scored an unreal 21 points in the 4th quarter and overtime alone, and I don't even know where the Spurs would have been without him in that game. He hit big shot after big shot after big shot. And to top it all off, Big Shot Rob hit the game-winning 3 to help the Spurs take a 3-2 lead and eventually take the series in 7 games. I mean, that game was literally one of the most heroic performances of all time, and most people, especially younger fans, don't even know about it because it was by Robert Horry and he wasn't a superstar. I mean, this man was just blessed with the unbelievable clutch gene, and like every championship he won for the most part, he played a big role in. Even in 2007 when he was all old and washed up, this man still had a big play, and it didn't even involve him shooting a shot this time. In the Western Conference semifinals versus the Suns won a Game 4 to tie the series at 2 games apiece, but towards the end of that game, Robert Horry fouled Steve Nash hard, which triggered Phoenix to start a brawl for their star. This brawl resulted in Robert Horry being slapped in the face with a 2-game suspension, basically for initiating the fight, but Amari Stoudemire and Boris Diaw also got suspended for a huge Game 5, so Horry starting that brawl was actually clutch because the Spurs won a Game 5 and eventually won the series, mainly probably because the Suns lost 2 significant players, so it was a clutch play. And you know, I just made this video because I gotta give this man some credit, man. He's probably not going to be in the Hall of Fame. His averages aren't the cutest, but this man was just clutch, man. He was just so clutch. He's one of the only players to win 2 rings on 3 different teams, and he actually contributed on all the teams. I mean, this man was just great, man, and I had to shine some light on his name. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like the video. I'm actually dropping a back-to-back because tomorrow I'm dropping a finals video, so make sure you guys got my notifications on, man. Turn on my notifications. That's a big part of my channel. Turn them on. Follow all of my social medias. Do all of that great stuff, guys. And until next time, stay down.
You say it's good, I say it's great, but it could be better. It always could always be better. You say it's good.